Hi, I'm Nancy, and this is Love Guru, your guide to better relationships. Now, I'm not a guru just yet. However, I'm going to be doing my investigation. I'm going to take you on this journey of actually finding out what a true relationship is. And I can tell you to begin with, I had three serious relationship I can, you know, think of that all went downhill some point in time. And I would tell you that my first that um, I had my first true love in high school, and then I had, my first relationship, and I thank God for that because that brought me my son. Um, I would tell you that with him, I won't say his name. However, I feel that there was just this cloud of, how should I say? I want to make sure I use the right words. Um, I was so much in love with him that I think everything else was just cloudy. I really couldn't see at all. Um, he was, unfaithful. He was cheating a lot. And I don't know. I think I got to the point where, I start doing investigation. And that was really, really crazy because, girls, when we start investigating, it's like, it's a full-time job. And I'll tell you that it consumed me so much that I really wasn't going the direction that I really wanted to go. I would, search his pockets. I will smell him every time he comes home. I will smell his brief. Yes. And some of you girls do that. Okay. And he would just give me some stupid excuse on, when I might smell him and he smelled like soap. I was like, okay, you're on the road for the whole day and why do you smell like soap? And he will give me some dumb excuse as, oh, it was raining and he got wet. I'm like, so it rained with soap? How is it that you smell like soap? Clean, fresh. It was just so bad that it consumed me, and I stayed. I saw all the red flags, but I stayed. And I asked myself the reason why at this point. And again, my son, I thank God because he helped me to change my whole direction of where I was going in life, and that was one major thing I would say. And I think I got firsthand of what love was and what it can do to you. And then as soon as I got my son, they lay my baby right on my shoulder. I just thought like, okay, this baby is actually dependent on me to make sure that his life is good. And that was my turning point, that I said to myself, oh, I love him, but I love my son more. And that was the point that I start thinking of, okay, how am I going to do this? I want to make sure this life is good for me. At the time where we were living, it wasn't the best situation. And, I just said, no, I'm done. I am not going to bring up my, child in certain kind of situation. I have to have a good, home. I want to have somewhere that he can grow, and just do different things so I can see him, give him the best life that I can give him, So that was for me the turning point that I said, I am done with this relationship. I, kind of left, without him knowing, and just call it a day, because I think that it would have maybe, be harder for me to leave if I was to have a sit down I mean, I did tell him I was leaving, but he didn't believe me until it actually happened. So I left, started a new relationship. Well, I came to the States because I'm from Jamaica. Okay, so I started a new relationship, and it was good. When it comes to like financial, yes, he did help me, financially. And yes, my, son Farida did as well. So he did. And it still didn't fill the gap. There was money, but there was cheating also. So there was cheating. It's like more cheating. Like every 2 or 3 days, he would go to the club, and I know that he's hooking up with somebody. And again, I saw these red flags. And again, I stayed for a few years, and until I think I actually catch him in the act, and that was it. I said, nope, I'm done. I'm out of here. Okay. And then I moved on to another relationship, which for this one, he never has money at all. And to be honest with you, that was like a big red flag, because to be honest with you, when you have a mate or you have somebody, to be honest, they're going to want to help you. It's supposed to be what a man want to do. You're supposed to be the provider. You're supposed to be that person. But for all my life, I never sit and depend on a man to support me. Coming from my son father all the way up, I supported myself. I supported my son. I didn't have to sit down and depend on somebody for that. However, as a female, you want that as well. You're not going to sit and take care of somebody. Of course not. And if you're coming to me to be my partner, or just to be a side person, you still got to do something. You have to do something. So, long story short, that didn't work out. He cheated a whole lot, just the same as the second one. And to me, I, again, caught him with somebody, my neighbor, at his workplace. And that was like, okay, done again. To be honest with you, I even didn't want to finish it. I was still considering like, oh, can I work this out? Can I? And I was like, okay, Nancy, this is just crazy. If this is not what you want, if this is not what you really want, why are you settling for crap? Why are you settling for all these, relationships that's not working out? And at the end of the day, you're not happy. The one thing I can say, going back to my son's, father, there were things when we get to a point of the cheating, and I got to the point that I was kind of fed up. I sat with him and kind of sit down as like, I started to do psychology. So I used psychology in him. Okay. I sat down with him and I talked to him and I was like, okay, I know what is happening. I know you're cheating, da 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 da. And I want you to make sure that you don't kill me in the process by giving me AIDS and all that. Because in those times we were so scared about all these kind of, disease and stuff that was going around. And we actually came to an agreement that if he goes out and come back home without using a protection, he would let me know, and to be honest with you, he did. And that was one thing that I respected him for, because he will come and he would say, hey, Shooks, I was out there tonight and something happened. I didn't have a condom and I didn't want to wait and I had sex unprotected. And I'm like, okay. And, all right. So we used to use the 3 months, thing. You used to make sure that you test yourself like each month for 3 months. And after that 3 months, we'll say, okay, you're okay. That was the saying back then. So that's what we did. We waited for 3 months. If we needed to do anything, then he would pretty much, use a condom. And we did that until we know that he was okay. And then we went back. to not using any protection. So that one thing, with all the relationships I had, I still, respect him for doing that and making sure that I was okay, making sure that my life was okay. And he's not coming home and giving me, any kind of, disease or anything. So that is something that I would say, I take my hats off to him for that. And, I really want, men to kind of understand that when you're honest with a female, when you're honest with us and you tell us what up, if we want to date you just the same, we are going to, okay? That's not going to stop it. The lying and all this other crap that you're doing doesn't normally go well for you after a while. It fades out. So the best thing for you to come forward and tell us the truth. And you see, halfway through this relationship, we did that for years. And I was then happy to know that, okay, oh my God, I know when something is going on or not going on. And if this girl come to me and say this or whatever, I knew before. And they would even realize that. And there were people and real good friends, almost like family to us, that he went and had sex with. And he came back and tell me. And, to this day, I keep it a secret. I never even looked at them or looked at a girl and say, I know. But I just know that that is what the type of person that she is. So, if I had my flings, yes, I have my flings here and there. But my serious relationship, I will say 3. And right now, I am still at a daze at, what is relationships? How do you maneuver it? How do you try to find the right partner? How do you try to find the right person, even if you don't want, a permanent partner or whatever? How is it for you to find that perfect, again, there's no perfect person, but that almost perfect, individual, or, somebody that is compatible to you, and you can deal with their faults. So, this is my journey, and this is what I really want to get into. So, I want to say, if you are about relationships, you want to learn more, you want to, try to make sure you find the right person. If you're single, if you're, married and your love is whatever, going down the drain, or, there's no fire anymore, then this is the channel for you. So I will say that, join me on my next episode, and let's start going into relationships, finding out how can we actually get a real good relationship that we are happy with and we respect, and that other person respect us. So follow me on my social media, and thank you for listening. And till the next time, I will see you.